Hey, thanks for coming back to my channel. Thank you for watching. Today I'm going to be sharing my list of favorite Halloween movies to watch. If you like this list, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and maybe write a comment at the end letting me know if I missed any of your favorites or if there's any you think I should watch. I really do appreciate if you would just take that second and subscribe. And I'm over on Patreon also if you want to show your support there, where I'll have some more exclusive content, more of my personal life kind of stuff. And it just really supports my YouTube growth. And I'm thanking everybody in advance for doing that. Getting into the list of favorite Halloween horror movies, I'm going to start with the original Halloween 1976 John Carpenter classic. That is probably one of my all-time favorite movies. I think it is cinematically beautiful. The visuals, it's very dark, it's a very spooky movie, and it's not very gratuitous in violence or gore, which is awesome. There's not really any blood used in the making of that movie. I think just proves that movies can be scary without that stuff. So that's a classic movie to watch on Halloween, and you could really go and do a whole marathon of all the Halloween movies. I personally don't like the last 3 requels, 2018 and after. They just didn't do it for me. I did like Rob Zombie's Halloween. It was a different Michael Myers, but it was, he was a lot more violent, but it was pretty scary and a lot of fun, so I really enjoy his take of Halloween, even though it is a different kind of Michael Myers. But my favorite is the original franchise, and so if I would just pick some favorites from the franchise and also just more Halloween vibes, I would say the first one, the 4th and the 5th with Jamie Lloyd. I think those are really scary also. The fact that he's going after a little girl. It's very autumnal, it's very fall vibes, it's also very beautiful visually. I honestly think the 5th one is the scariest one, and I know a lot of people don't like it, but I think it's because it's the first one I saw as a kid. But it does have a lot of Halloween theme. There's the kids' Halloween party and then the teenagers' Halloween party, and Michael Myers is wearing a different Halloween mask at one point, and I think that that's a pretty scary scene. And when he's behind the car, I don't know, there's something scary about him behind a car to me. So when he's driving slow and chasing after Jamie, that's one of the scariest points in that movie for me. I also like the kills. I think the kills are really scary and effective. The fact that he kills Rachel, people kind of complained about that from what I've heard, but I actually really enjoyed that kill because it was a character I was invested in, so it really kind of hurt and was kind of scary and traumatizing the way a horror movie should be, in my opinion. So the fact that he took out Rachel, and then you think that Tina's going to be the lead or the final girl, and they kill her also. I think that one also hit hard and was a shocker. So I think it has really strong kills, and it's really creepy. That one's definitely one that I think you should check out. Also Halloween 7, the return of Laurie Strode, that whole arc of that character, and when she cuts off Michael's head at the end, I kind of wish that they would have ended the franchise there. That would have been a pretty sweet ending. Halloween Resurrection didn't really need to happen. The last one of that franchise, I would say, is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And I like both of Rob Zombie's Halloween movies, but I think Halloween 2 has a really cool Halloween vibe with the Rocky Horror theme, costumes, the big costume party. And speaking of Rob Zombie, one of my all-time favorite movies, and also a Halloween movie, is House of a Thousand Corpses. And I think it is severely underrated. When I first watched it, I thought it was kind of silly and honestly kind of stupid. I was pretty young, I saw it in theaters, and I just didn't get it, but as I got older and as it sat with me, it really started creeping me out. It seems very gritty and realistic, the title says it all. If there were to be a house with 1,000 corpses, I think that this is kind of a realistic portrayal of what that might look like, and the idea of 1,000 corpses, like that sounds so crazy, but the town has like a lot of lore about this like area and this Dr. Satan, and it's about these group of teenagers who are looking for like local haunts, the scariest kind of attractions across America, and they come across this like local lore of Dr. Satan, and they go looking for him. They end up getting more than they bargained for, and they get to meet the real Dr. Satan. It's a really scary movie. I think Rob Zombie is a great director. He has a few movies out that he's done really well. House of 1,000 Corpses is probably my favorite of his. Next, I will go to my favorite franchise, which is Scream. In the list is Scream 6. It is a Halloween-based Scream. It's the only Scream that is on Halloween, and it's how they make Ghostface running around New York City work. And I live in New York City, so I think that that's just like a fun add-on that they have him here. And it's the newest Scream, so if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. Definitely check that one out. Next on my list for Halloween horrors is going to be All Hallows Eve. And this is a Art the Clown movie, and I know that Terrifier and Terrifier 2 are probably more popular, and I'm sure most people have heard of All Hallows Eve, but if you have not, then like definitely check out All Hallows Eve. I actually enjoy it more than Terrifier and Terrifier 2. I kind of like Art the Clown, and I'm considering maybe adding those DVDs to my collection, but it's honestly a bit much for me. I'm not super into like the gratuitous violence, and it's a little like too bloody for me. But All Hallows Eve has actually got a lot more of a creepy vibe, and it's a little more artsy. It's more of a B-movie kind of feel, and I just honestly enjoy it a lot more. I'm not going to go into details about it, but it's almost kind of done in like an anthology kind of way. So I think that one is a great one that you should look into. Next on my list I'm going to talk about is Tales of Halloween. I don't really like the Trick or Treat or Tales of Halloween. They're both kind of anthologies that I don't really enjoy most of the stories on, so I'm not recommending either of those movies as a whole, but Tales of Halloween does have one portion of the anthology with Adrienne Curry as a witch, and then there's like a Hansel character, which is her husband, and like that seems like it sounds silly, but it actually, like, something about this little skit really gets under my skin, and it actually really does scare me and like genuinely terrifies me. Something about the storyline and the way that Adrienne Curry plays the witch, and then the makeup that happens, it's kind of like artistic, and you just have to watch it to like see the craziness. And let me know if you think that it really gets under your skin, and if you think it's scary, or if this is like just a me thing, because I'm literally like probably more scared of this one skit than like anything else, and most people would probably think it's ridiculous. But that's just the nature of like horror, I guess. The rest of them on this list are not really very scary anymore, so they're more kind of leaning into like fun kind of Halloween movies. These ones are still horror, but I'm gonna go with Idle Hands as the next one up on this list. I love this movie. It's been a favorite of mine since I was a kid, and it's got a Halloween dance. It's around Halloween time. It has a lot of Halloween vibes, and it's just a really fun movie about a guy who they say idle hands are the devil's playground, and this guy's so lazy that his hand actually becomes possessed by like the devil or some demon, and he has like an evil killer hand. It's a really fun movie. Also along the lines of like horror comedy, there's Satan's Little Helper, and this is definitely a B movie. I found this on like a 4-pack of DVDs, like one of those ones you find for $5 at Walgreens, and I found it to be a hidden gem. It's about a killer who wears a devil mask, and a lot of hijinks ensues with a kid who really likes the mask, and he kind of views it as a character in his video game, and he thinks that it's all kind of like a game going on. He's going along with this actual killer, doing this kind of demented stuff, which is a lot of fun and really kind of silly most of the movie. But there is one scene, there's like one really good like horror scene. There's like this realization, it's very subtle and it's very creepy, and you just like, you have to watch it. It's a lot of fun. And last on my list of Halloween favorites is Hocus Pocus. Definitely not a horror movie. It's a fun Disney movie, but it's like just drenched in Halloween theme, and it's a really fun movie. There's so many other kids Halloween movies, but I feel like Hocus Pocus I can really watch and enjoy as an adult. The acting is great. It's a little bit scary the way that the witches like are just like after these like kids' youth, their souls. That's just like the perfect Halloween movie. A few that I have not seen but I want to check out. I was watching Possessed by Horror. She has a Halloween list, and a couple that she mentioned, and I think someone else too, that sounded interesting to me are May. Apparently that's a Halloween themed movie, and also Houses That October Built. That one I've been wanting to watch for a while. I think it's like found footage-y, which I can get, like, it's kind of difficult for me to kind of get into that, but I do want to watch that. I keep hearing it's good. And also another one called Haunt, which Possessed by Horror talked up, so I would really want to check that one out too. So those are three that are not on my list, but they're on my want to watch list. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate all the subscriptions. Please don't forget to comment.